Yep. If you're gonna do something like that, maybe you can talk to him before the drill starts, not at the drill site this week. Do it prior to actually evacuating. That way you're not holding up the line. Because I just got called today and we cannot use the north side of the aquatic center like we've always done, which is the much larger end. We can put a lot more buses back to back there. We can only use the west side of the aquatic center. So if you're not gonna be able to get them unloaded, if you wanna sit down and chit chat with them, pull out into the parking lot first or something and then make a beeline and come back around. I don't have a problem with that. Or do it before the route. Any other questions? Everybody nervous? It's not hard, I promise.
I always suggest that I've done the rear door evacuations. I've always told the girls, don't wear dresses that day.
Good call.
Don't wear white.
Good call.
I usually brought a rug and put it down.
Yeah.
The high school boys always jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Wichita noticed too, if you tell them a day before, a lot of them that don't want to go out the back door just won't come and ride the bus the next day.
I'm good with that. Okay, any other questions? If you are nervous, if this makes you nervous, that's okay, because we've never done it. I've done them, but Maze has never done them. We have trainers that will help walk you through that. If you want some guidance or some assistance, talk to one of our trainers. They can help you with, I'll help you with it. Just get with one of us and we can help you with that. Okay? No more questions, right? Yes,
Where's the schedule at?
Is it just for the big buses, or is it for the mini buses?
this is just the big buses. Minis have done all theirs evacuations already.
Hey,
Troy did
Kathy,
those
Kathy, is there a
one-on-one.
schedule out there?
I'm
You need
getting
to-
it right now. And yes, it'll be in the break room. I'll get you copies of the
Okay.
schedule. I didn't print any. I don't know why I didn't print any. All right.
Because you don't have to do anything else anyway.
All right, some good things to talk to your kids about. Where are the emergency exits on a bus? Make it a game. It'll get loud. We have the roof exit. Talk to them about it. How do you open a roof exit to get out of it? Not just for air. It's not hot. We want to get out of the roof. How do you get out?
Turn the red knob.
Yep. Yep, and you have to actually push that, and it'll disengage that, and then it'll pop that back. Okay? Everybody should be checking those anyway. We have the rear door. That's the one that we're going to be doing this week. The front door, that's the easy one. That's the one you'll use 99% of the time. And then windows. We will never do emergency evacuation drills out of windows, just so we're clear. Okay, I don't want 80 kids crawling out of the window of the bus. That would make the news. All right, so there is our schedule. We're going to try and do it on Wednesday and Thursday. I had everybody set up at the aquatic center, not realizing they weren't going to let us use that north side. I still think we can do it. We'll just use the west side. And if we get too many people coming in, which we have never, but the one time we don't have access to the north side, you guys will all show up at the same time. We'll do it out in the parking lot as well. We'll make it work. We'll have management out there to help guide you guys and help you with those back door, getting those kids out and showing them how to do it the right way. So we'll have a team out there to help you guys out. Everybody is going to do evacuations on Wednesdays. And then on Thursday, Tier 1 North Campus, there's half of you, there's just too many of you to do it on Wednesday. And now that we know we're only doing on the west side, I might break up the rest of you for, so that you guys aren't all doing it on Wednesday. Maybe we'll break that down in half, so.
Will you let Mace out there and know that if we have to go to the aquatic center, that we might be running late?
We're not going to the aquatic
It
center.
says right there, it says at aquatic center.
Yeah, we have to
What's
go
that?
Oh, shoot, that should say May South Elementary.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
All
we're going
right.
to.
Just kidding, then I take it back. All right.
I'll fix this and I'll put it in the back room.
Okay.
And then if you have questions, let me know.
She's not on the list.
Seriously.
You didn't know what the man.
You haven't typed that first one.
No bus seven?
Too few.
No bus two.
Yeah, too few. All right, so ignore my yellow line. This is what we would normally do. Half of you would come in on the north and unload here. This one, we're gonna come in that south entrance, and then you're gonna line up on the west side of the building. This is the aquatic center. When you leave the aquatic center, I want you to just drive straight out to Academy and then go on down to the schools. And that means if you're Tier 1 as well. North Campus only, South Campus, you're going to Mays South Elementary, yes.
I did not see my bus number up for tier 1.
And hers.
See me after the meeting and I'll get you added. Any other questions? Any other typos I might have made that I didn't see?
I wasn't on there at all.
All right.
I'm assuming the top is over.
I'm not on there at all.
Yes.
All over here.
Okay. Don't pull out in front of other vehicles, we've already covered that, we can call Daily about that. For the end of the year party, I had a concern, for those of you that had kiddos that ride the bus, your kids are gonna be with you for our party, it's just the nature of the beast, it is what it is. All I ask is you can bring them, if you keep them under control, and keep them off of the prize tables. If I see one of them on the prize table, we'll have to ask you to leave, okay, and I don't wanna do that. So just keep your kids back off of the prize tables. We don't want to mess with. We're going to spend a lot of time putting everything out and getting everything ready. Just keep your kids under wraps, and I don't have a problem with it. If we have issues with kids, then we'll have to do something different next year. Yes, ma'am.
So after first route or second route
For what?
for the party?
Oh, what do we after?
The morning or afternoon?
Tier 2. When we're entirely done with the day.
Okay, so
Or not tier 2. In the afternoon routes. After your afternoon
route.
routes. Yep. So just keep them off of the prize table and keep them out of the food until we release you guys to go eat. Okay? If your kids are chaotic and crazy, what do you call yours, chaos and destruction? Find a babysitter.
Isn't that what Chris is here for?
That's what Chris is here for. All right. Why am I using that? Sub buses, aren't they awesome? We know they're not the best buses, they're not the newest buses, but you know what? They get you from point A to point B most of the time, like they're supposed to. They're just older. And unfortunately, right now, we cannot give out newer buses to you if your bus breaks down because every new bus we have is out on trips, almost every day. This is the busiest time of the year, okay? So we just don't have the newer buses to hand out to you. So you're just gonna have to suck it up if you need a sub and take one of the older ones. You guys all know how to use the toggle. Do we still have buses with toggle switches? Yeah. If you're not familiar with those, you might wanna get them. And manual hand, yeah, manual doors. Man, 20 years ago, that wouldn't have been a big deal, would it? Front parking lot, make sure that you're pulling into the lot on the south side. Do not pull into the lot on the north side. And when you leave, you go out the north side, not out the south side. This is a one-way lot. We go this way. Is that clockwise? Go this way. Only that way.
Counterclockwise.
Yeah. So don't go in the wrong drive. I've had too many people come in and go, I almost hit somebody coming out the end and blah, blah, blah. Just don't do it.
That's usually other the district employees.
It is,
Because
yeah.
I've seen them, they don't know which way to go.
Yeah, but I've seen us do it too. We're just as guilty.
Isn't there a sign up there that says one way?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I thought.
So we're not allowed to like go that way for like pulling out of our spot to go get gas?
Yes.
We have to go
Well,
all the way
to go
around?
this way.
Yeah, you'd go
Yeah,
all the way
yeah.
around.
Yeah, you go all the way around if you're getting fuel. Yeah, don't go backwards in the lot. Huh?
There's nobody around, sitting around.
Start making notes of things that need fixed on your bus for the summer. So everybody, yes ma'am,
On the note on that front parking lot too,
yes.
people need to pay attention to yellow lines.
Oh,
And if they have a vehicle that they're pulling all the way through, they need to make sure that their back end is through so somebody can park behind them.
so
Because
for those of you that
running out
might not have
parking
heard her,
spots.
we've had some of you that need some lessons on parking a regular vehicle in the parking lot out front. You're taking up too many spots. We got a lot of folks here now, we gotta make sure you only take one spot.
Parking
Don't we
spots
have
are
a
very
video
important.
out where it shows the big buses pulling out straight like they're supposed to instead of like pulling in or pulling out like diagonally?
Yeah. Yep. So back to getting things fixed. If you have stuff on your bus that needs fixed, if you got seats that need repaired, if you've got flooring that's tripping the kids or whatever that you haven't turned in, get a work order, write it all up, and we can get it turned in so that our mechanics know what they need to take care of this summer before we come back for inspections. Okay? You are not guaranteed your bus back next year, so make sure you keep that in mind. most of us probably get them back, but you're not guaranteed your bus. You're not even guaranteed your route. Again, we try, and I think most of the time we do it, but keep in mind that you may not get that back, so make sure the next person is good to go if they don't, if somebody else gets it. Okay? We're having quite a few absentees again. Make sure that if you're scheduling appointments, try and do it on the day off, try and do it between tiers. It's a struggle, it's been a struggle, since before spring break. This last week, we had 2 or 3 days where we had over 13 people gone. We got a lot of subs, but we ain't got that many, so it's been tough. So if you need time off, try and make it between tiers. Or on the 26th, when we're off. Retirement, if you're not planning on coming back next year, please let me know as soon as possible. Don't assume I know you're not coming back. It takes time to train people to do what we do. Even if you're thinking, I don't know if I'll come back, I might not. Let me know that it's a thought in your head. I don't hold it against you, I get it. It is what it is, but at least I have a heads up to think, okay, I need to make sure that we got somebody on radar just in case, okay? With that said, none of you are allowed to leave. We got a good crew. Make sure you're checking the radiator and under the doghouse. In case for you don't know, that's where your motor is. Make sure you're doing that before you take off. It is spring, love is in the air, the birds are crazy, and they're building nests wherever they can get them. And the engine is no different. They'll build them on top of your engine under the doghouse, down inside the engine, so make sure you're looking. You don't want that stuff to catch on fire while you're going down the road. Break room. I don't know why we have to put this in our slides. If you make a mess in the break room, go get a towel and clean it up. Enough said. If your kids make a mess in the break room, get a towel and clean it up. If you need a mop, let us know, we'll get you one. Just don't leave it out there for everybody to walk through or have to sit in. Okay? Oh, thank goodness, I'm done. Joy, your turn. Oh, Paul. Oh, you lucky dog. Bus evacuation drill sheets are on the front and the back while Paul's walking up here. It does tell you tier 1 and tier 2. If you want to, you can put tier 1 on one side, tier 2 on the other. Save some paper. Don't put tier 1 on both sides. I don't need them on both sides. I only need it on one. But it is double-sided if you want to use it that way. If you want 2 pages, go for it. Thank you, sir.
Hi, Paul.
Okay, Transportation Advisory Committee, also known as TAC. Tomorrow is our meeting. We've invited Darren to come over and some PTO, our PTO representatives. We have 2 of them, and we've also extended an invitation to any school board members to come to see what is going on here, because they're actively involved in the bus transportation. And we've had one take a guest ride on the bus recently, so we need to invite them a lot. Okay, some of the topics we're going to talk about tomorrow. The stop sign at the parent exit across the street on 119th. Maybe get some of these cars from coming out.
Where's your mic? We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No. Neither can the camera. You have light ones.
Oh, speaker. I thought I was talking loud, but okay.
You were.
But Kathy was loud enough?
That's a polite way of saying it.
Sorry, Vern.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, better? All right, okay. TAC, Transportation Advisory Committee. We've invited Darren from our main boss over to the main building, our PTO people, Kathy and Elena, and we've invited school board members. We've had one of them take a guest ride on a bus to see what it's like, because we have a lot of new school board members that have never done that. Some of the items we're talking about tomorrow is putting a stop sign across the street at where the cars come out on 119th Street, maybe to let buses go across a little bit easier, not pull out in front of buses or cars coming so quick. We're also, somebody brought up life back by each AED, that the transportation building needs one. There was a topic brought up about our dress code. Dress code, there's a red binder in all buses that talks about our dress code. And then we had one complaint. With that complaint was referred to Kathy and Chris, because it wasn't really a TAC item that we would discuss about. Okay, another item came up. I know we talked about can't have activity buses, but can activity buses be used mornings only? Because we know some of the bus drivers in the morning had to take 3 buses because their sub buses weren't down, but a request maybe to use the activity buses for morning only route, so we'll discuss that. At Prairie Woodman, some of the mini buses, there's been concern that the buses are way too close to the curb with the students walking, and could a yellow line be painted 1.5 feet away from the curb to get the mini buses away from the sidewalk a little bit more? We'll bring that up for discussion. Another idea is, can a mini bus U-shaped drive be made at the south end of MIS? That would allow mini buses, I guess, have a little more room to get out. And then the big buses could then pull further out. Last item we'll talk about is fair work for days off. Can drivers ride with Colwich, Andale, and Mount Hope drivers on Mays' days off? And so forth. So anyway, we'll be talking about that tomorrow if you're interested, 9 o'clock here. And then the last TAC meeting is May 7th. You're all invited. If you have any item you want to talk about, bring it up for discussion. Some of the items we'll just refer on to the directors, that it's really not a bus driver issue, but we always bring everything up. So don't be afraid just to submit paper in a box out in the hallway there by the back door, and everybody's welcome, and we're all just trying to help each other out with ideas, and that's all. Thanks.
Good job, Paul.
I'm trying to find somebody. Yeah. We're doing good on time. Joy?
It's easier because I only have 4 minutes, so I gotta do fast, yeah.
Okay, hey, thanks everybody. That was really the best rodeo we've ever had at Mays. Because it's the only one we've ever had, but hey, it was really great. Thank you guys, everybody, for participating. It was really fun. Our 3rd place mini goes to Kathy Chavez. She did a great job through all of the measurements and all of that kind of stuff. Didn't hit very many things, so that's great. 2nd place on the mini was Dan Wiggins. 3rd place on the big bus, Tony Simon. 2nd place on the big bus, Bill Fogarty. Good job. All right, so we had participation from our big bosses, or our top bosses. So Kathy did a really good job. Couldn't get Chris to quite understand what he was doing, so he brought a van through. He hit a lot less than Kathy did, but and then Tony, of course, he's just showing off his truck. He didn't hit anything, so that was really good. But the best was the mechanics. They did really good going through there. And if you'll notice, they didn't have any 8-ways, so Johnny held his hand out. So they did really good too. It was a lot of fun. It was just for fun, and it was just to kind of, give you something to do, and team building is what I call it. So next fall, we're going to try to set up a course over there with no judging or anything, so that you can get back on your big bus after spending the summer away from it and do some left turns and right turns and that kind of thing. And then we'll do another rodeo. But there are some bragging rights for the people that won 1st place in the big bus and the mini bus. So for the mini bus, we have a trophy, and that goes to Kim Golden. Very good. Good job, Kim.
They didn't have minis.
So she won the minis, and then the big bus driver goes to Deb. And she's not even here. She's out running a trip or something, so we have a trophy for her. So, oh, yeah, that's right. She's in Oklahoma, isn't she? So we'll get that to her and let her know. So if you see him, tell her congratulations, and they get to hold this honor for a whole year. And, yeah. So now for the real rodeo, This was for the Kansas KSDE has a rodeo roundup. So this happens this year on the 20th, or we have to have the registrations in on the 20th. It's at Northwest High School, and it is on Saturday, May 4th. So there's a registration here. If you would like to participate, you can participate as a veteran, or you can participate as a rookie. And as a rookie, there's a lot more obstacles, and it may change this year since they changed the way they do the CDL testing. So it's kind of fun. It's a day-long thing. It's bragging rights again. Michelle's done it. Richard's done it.
I beat Richard, FYI.
But you go in, it starts kind of like we did with a written test, and then you go out and run your bus, and they provide the buses for you. They'll have a concession stand there that you can buy lunch from. And if you're interested in doing that, and you place first, second, or third, I believe, then you can go on to state. And then if you win at state, then you go to the Bahamas for a week.
Nationals.
Oh, okay. Something like that. So if you're interested, you got to fill out one of these registration forms, or if you have any questions about it, just come and ask me about it, and we'll get you signed up for it and do it. Alicia and I will be judging for that day, so we'll be there. Could be kind of fun. We did t-shirts last year, so we'll probably do t-shirts again this year.
Would they have to bring their own buses?
No, the buses will be there, will be provided for it, so, and concession stand. Yeah, that was our t-shirts last year. So, came, we saw, we crushed your cones. We didn't kill any cones. Okay, so, that's
Will it be
me.
paid?
So-
Kathy, will it be paid?
Just before we move on, Joy participated 2 years ago in the rodeo for the state and took home a trophy, so.
It's in my office, I'll let you see it.
Yes.
Will it be paid or no?
No, the bus rodeo is volunteer only. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, you gotta try it. It's a lot of fun.
About the only thing I have, you guys are doing really good on your inspection sheets. I think I still have a couple hanging up on the back door that I have no clue who they belong to. I cannot read your signature, so. But that's about the only thing I have, so, good job. I know.
Joy's doing okay too. Sarah's done a great job this year, so thank you.
Oh, is anybody upside down?
All right, time off request. Yeah, right until the end of April.
Everybody is doing.
We're just full, so the forms, you don't need to use them for after it, so if you called in sick Friday, don't need to turn one in for today, for Friday today, because you already did it. These are going forward. CDL drivers, you can choose to bank your sick pay, or you can get paid for it. All other staff, that automatically gets banked and you get paid out when you retire. So you don't lose it. So anybody that's trying to take up sick pay before the end of the year, you guys automatically get it banked. That one, and this kind of brings up a point. There are 2 handbooks for us. You have the district employee handbook. That's where it keeps track of all the district-wide policies, leave, stuff like that's in that one. If you need to look at it, it's online, plus I have a couple hard copies. And then we have the transportation handbook, which is specific to us. So they're 2 different things, but they go together. Cyber training, so there's about 20, I think now. If your school email is not working, it says invalid, or if you try to email me and it says no, I think what it says something about delivery failure. If you didn't complete your cyber training before March 1st, they turned it off. There's about 20 people that have that still. It takes about 2 minutes. Just come see me. You scan this QR code, we run through it, you hit submit, and then we'll have it on within a couple days. there's a lot of new people here. I help with tech, but I don't mess with cell phones. I don't have anything to do with your cell phones, because if something happens, I don't want to be responsible for it. So if it's something like adding Skyward, any of that stuff, you have other means, the iPads, the Chromebooks, I'll help you with those, but I don't touch cell phones. Summer jobs. Summer jobs, $10 an hour for us. The bus cleaning, it's a seasonal custodial job, so it's $10 an hour. There's plenty of spots, so if you want to apply, get on there. Since you're already in the system, all you do is, I don't remember what it's called. Basically, you're just applying for another job, so you don't have to fill out the whole thing. You just hit click submit and apply for that job, and it takes all your other information. You apply for it, you'll get it. However, we can only do so many of them. We have several people that are doing summer jobs that I was just putting out some information. Lowe's has a summer job. Angel's working there for the summer. She's had orientation in between routes. They're pretty good at working with you, but it just covers that summer, and I think she said it was 14 something an hour. Target's 15 an hour. And that one, like, they have a weird scheduling system where you can be on call all the time and work when you want, but you keep like your employee discount. Village charters, we have Casey, I think there's somebody else who's doing. Jeff Tice. So if you guys have questions about Village, there's some summer jobs out there. If I learn of anything else, or if you guys know of any other summer jobs that people can do, if anybody's here is doing like their own landscaping and need employees, there's a whole bunch of people that might be interested, so just let me know. And that's pretty much it. Any questions for the stuff I'm doing? Oh, tablets. We're going to look at starting the scanning. We've got a couple people starting the scan now. We'll probably start Tier 1 next Monday. This was all a trial to be ready for next year, so we've had a lot of bugs to work through, getting the routes corrected. It's time consuming. It's not hard, it just takes time to do all this stuff. So just keep working on it, keep letting me know of issues that come up that we keep working through. So we're going to look at Monday, next Monday, starting handing out the kids' scan codes. Then you'll get 2 sets. As I said, one you can give out, one you can just hold on to. That way if they lose it, they already have it. That's all I got. Anybody have any questions or anything for me?
Is the district letting the families know that we're doing this?
They're going to, yes.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're going to send out a district email that'll have the parent app link, and it'll tell them how to do it. Because a lot of the parents have already done it with the other system. This was a different app, but it's available on the Apple Store and iTunes Store, and then the Google Play. But it's all free, but it runs them through, and it'll have an email with all that stuff. And that should go out sometime this week. Yes?
Can you order some stretchy things?
No.
Okay.
You can see where that would be all kinds of problems. We've got the bunch of these plastic, they're in a box back there. I've got more. The plastic ID card holders, if you want to cut them and put them in there. We're not gonna, there's luggage tags, but we're not doing anything like that because they're kids and yeah, that's not a good idea.
Well, I started with QRs, and I have the little plastic clear whatever else, and the kids will put it on their backpack, but they have to like take off their backpack just to scan it in. So.
No, if they want to do something like that, then that's on them. Because that, like I said, that becomes a choking hazard, unfortunately. That's why we got all those lanyards we can't give out because they're non-breakaway. Terry?
Kim and I are gonna be making beer rocks over the summertime at Andale Tuesday night, Colwich Wednesday night. I made good money selling beer rocks. If anybody's interested in coming to the farmer's
There's
market.
one. All right.
So,
Anything else? All right.
there's lots of crafts too you can sell if you do crafts. Yeah.
My mom does.
Yeah.
Deb.
Use the mic.
Be nice.
All right, I only have a couple of things. One, when she stated that we want you guys to start writing up the work orders for the end of the year so that the guys can kind of start seeing what they're gonna have over the summer and possibly even start fixing, I do ask that any seat repairs, that kind of thing, that goes on one work order because it actually goes to a different set. It's not going to the mechanics. The CB radios, microphones, that kind of stuff, and then actual bus repairs put on another work order. Okay, so this way it's not all on one and we're waiting for them to finish or waiting for them to finish so that they get theirs. 2, our white fleet, our activity buses, and even our route buses, we are pretty much out. So I know you guys are going to talk about it, the TAC and everything, but as of, like, especially this week, there is no activity buses. In fact, we're shorthanded on activity buses. We're going to be giving out like 214, and some of the sped buses trying to just pick up extra kids at this point. Same with the white fleet. We've got to make sure that we're maintaining those vehicles. The mechanics are doing their best to stay on top of things, but I need you guys to make sure you're staying on top of it. Fluids, tires, make sure that you guys are running it correctly and just keeping it in shape because we do not have anything left. In fact, we are now telling schools this week, if anyone calls, we don't have anything. We can't do any more trips. We are completely booked. We have no more drivers. We have no more buses. We have no more vehicles. Nothing. We are at capacity. We can't do it. So if you guys can, just keep that in mind. If something happens to your bus, I'm sorry if you get bus 32. I'm sorry, but if it runs, it runs. You know, that's kind of where we're at this point. So we might have to Flintstone it. So wear good shoes, no flip-flops like me, and make sure those kids know how to push.
Hey Deb, is that a big bus or little bus? 32.
Big.
Is there any plan to buy 4 buses?
Yes, we actually have the 3 or 4 of Bluebird right now. Conventionals, 3. They're getting maintenance, or getting their mechanical inspections and the numbers put on them right now, but that takes time. And then when we get them, I have to do another mechanical inspection with the highway patrol, and then we've got to go down and get them tagged, all that good stuff, so. Yes, and then we have 4 4 transits that we ordered 6 months prior to these that we've been waiting over a year for. Hopefully we'll have those by the beginning of the school year. Those will be trip buses. They'll have cargo underneath, AC, all that good stuff. So, yeah, they'll all be that way. Matter of fact, every bus we order from now on will have cargo under it, because you guys take your route buses out too, and sometimes you need it, so.
Just real quick, if any of you drive the white activity buses for either trips or shuttles or anything like that, those buses can't go more than an hour away, I believe. But like, I know Caesar, I don't know where he is, anyway, Caesar will take it out on an activity, or on a shuttle. Please check in with Tammy first because we have those buses running this week on trips, so we may have to pull those